probably argue with me on that.
Probably, yeah. Let's talk about Spurs, man. What's going on there?
Let's talk about Spurs. In wake of Antonio Conte's seething comments on the players, culture, and ownership of Tottenham Hotspur, it really does beg the question, what is wrong with Tottenham Hotspur?
A lot right now.
Well, let's go with the facts, right?
Okay, so
last time they won a trophy was 2008, was the League Cup. They have never won a Premier League title. Their owner doesn't like to spend a bunch of money, and their so-called greatest coach of all time didn't win anything.
Got him to a Champions League final, yeah, Mauricio Pochettino,
yes.
And they've had some fantastic players come through Tottenham.
And some of those players deserve to win trophies. I mean
right now, Harry Kane, Christian Eriksen.
Won a trophy since leaving.
Gareth Bale, Luka Modric.
Gareth Bale won a ton of trophies once leaving. Harry Kane looks impending that he's going to leave. Heung-min Son, fantastic.
I was honestly surprised he never got picked up.
Hugo Lloris in his prime, fantastic. Tottenham's always hovered around the top 4. I mean, Jose Mourinho got them to second. No, Pochettino got him to second. I apologize.
What year was that?
2016-17.
Honestly, the year they should have won the league was the year Leicester won it. They were right there behind Leicester most of the time. And then I remember it was a game against Chelsea that they beat Tottenham. And I think Tottenham also lost the last game of the season, and Arsenal won it. So Arsenal actually jumped ahead of them in the second. But that was the year, I think, for both Tottenham and Arsenal.
Yeah.
That Man City, I think that was Pep's first year in the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
So he was still kind of getting used to it. And yeah. I mean, so what's wrong with Tottenham? What can they do? What would be my advice to them to get them winning trophies?
How about let's start with what is wrong before we get into fixing it.
Well, I mean, what is wrong? It's going to be a lot, man. It's going to come down from the owner to the way he kind of runs the club, I think.
Yeah, Daniel Levy is, in my opinion, the wrong owner for them. I don't know why he still wants to be the owner there. They haven't won anything. Yeah, they have a new stadium. But that's about it.
He's making money. I guess, what does he care?
I guess
sell Gareth Bale for loads of money, Luka Modric for loads of money.
About to sell Harry Kane for loads of money. It starts with the owner. You're right.
I mean, if you look at, it starts with him. I think it creates a toxic environment for whatever coach they bring in. I mean, you look at Jose Mourinho, you look at Antonio Conte. These are serial winners, man. They've won trophies at most places they go.
Yeah.
I mean, Jose Mourinho last year won with Roma that Conference Cup thing in Europe?
Yeah, European Conference League.
Yeah, he won that. I mean, it's something.
Yeah, I mean.
And so I guess I don't know if it has to do with the owner or what. I'm guessing it kind of does. Because it's been their whole history since he's been there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it starts with the
2 years. I mean,
the Glazers have owned Manchester United, and they've been the same way for as long as I can remember, and they still win trophies. I mean, they've drove that club into $1 billion in debt.
I don't think it's as bad as Daniel Levy.
Okay. I was trying to play devil's advocate.
I don't think the Glazers are that involved in the club.
Yeah. I guess one could argue the Cronkies at Arsenal up until recently.
Yeah.
But they still won trophies.
Arteta got an FA Cup. I mean, you saw Jose Mourinho. He got a Europa League, Manchester United.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, I think all Manchester United's downfall started when Sir Alex Ferguson left. That was the big one.
Well, yeah. It's hard to replace a manager of that quality. I mean, look how long it took Arsenal to get back to where Arsene Wenger had them.
Yeah.
at one point. So my opinion on this is more of a, I'm going to hit on the fact that they consider themselves a big club and try to act like it, but have nothing to back it up. So they have this giant ego, but they don't have the quality to back it up. Yes, it comes from the owner, and I agree. That 100% is the biggest problem.
Well, because then how do you get quality? Got to spend some money.
Yeah. Or
Either on a
bring
good
youth
coach.
talent through, but again, you got to spend money on your youth system to be able to get there. So, yeah.
I mean, yeah, think about it. Think of Tottenham. I mean, what youngsters have come through the Tottenham system
Gareth Bale,
that still play
I
there?
guess technically he came through, what, Southampton?
I think so. I know Harry Kane, maybe.
Harry Kane was in Arsenal's youth system.
Then he went to Tottenham's, yeah.
Then he went to Tottenham.
But I mean, Hugo Lloris, no.
No.
Romero, no.
Eric Dyer, maybe?
Eric Dyer.
Yeah.
Emerson Royale, no.
I mean, Harry Winks at one point.
He's in Italy right
Skip.
now, so.
Skip was from
Skip,
their
maybe.
youth system.
So, I mean, you look at that youth system, man, there's not a lot there.
Mm-mm. Yeah,
So that could
maybe
be
that's part of the problem too.
That could be an issue.
Yeah, they remind me a lot of Arsenal back at the end of the Arsene Wenger era, where they would sell their best players after having them for a while because they wouldn't win anything, and fourth place was a trophy. Well, that's all Tottenham get, and they laughed at us.
Well, and that's similar to Tottenham. I mean, they got a new stadium. That's what Arsenal had to do because they had just built a new stadium. They didn't have the money.
Yeah, but at the same time, they just got their new stadium, what, 2 years ago?
It takes more than 2 years to pay off a stadium.
Well, what I'm trying to say is we're talking about their best years being long before they built the stadium or even had the plans. And they still didn't win anything.
No, and you know, where I get confused with Tottenham is I see the coaches that go there. You know, specifically, I remember Nuno when he went to Tottenham. I was thinking, man, I think he might do really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was a little afraid, you know, being an Arsenal fan, I was afraid he's going to do really well with them. But Tottenham is a place where managers just go to struggle.
Yeah, I mean Mourinho was there for what, 1.5 seasons?
Yeah.
Conte's been there 2 seasons. Before that, Pochettino was there 3, 4, 5, 6, 5 years. Harry Redknapp was there 1, 2, 3, 4 years. No one's been there long enough to really make a difference to that squad and make it how they want.
Well, I would say Pochettino did, and then, you know, he left there, and I think maybe his resume, he said, I took this team to a Champions League final. I can go get a job somewhere else.
At PSG, yeah. And he did. Just, for me, it's more of the one person they did give the time to, he left on mutual consent. Like, it was a mutual agreement that he left, so he got fired, essentially. But because he'd been there for 5 years, they let him go with his, head held high. For me, it's more of they don't give coaches the time, or more importantly, the resources needed to be able to rebuild the squad the way that those great coaches know how. So again, it's down to Daniel Levy.
Yeah, I mean, Antonio Conte, man, he's a serial winner wherever he goes. He did it at Chelsea.
Yeah. Same with Jose Mourinho.
Saw. And yeah, he struggles at Tottenham.
Mm-hmm.
And I will say they're doing well. They're in 4th place. They're in a Champions League spot. If he gets them in a Champions League football next year, I would count that as a great success for him personally.
Yeah, I would agree. But I mean, is he even going to make it to the end of the season?
I think he'll make it to the end of the season. I mean, there's 10 games left.
I don't know. I don't know if he I think he doesn't get fired. I think he quits.
Oh, I think he'll leave at the end of the season. Yes,
But at the rate that he's going with his press conferences, I don't know if I think he's going to make it to the end of the season.
I hope he does, man, because I love him. Like what he said about Richarlison.
Yeah, I mean, it's a team of a bunch of egos with nothing to back it up. Yes, I get it. They have to win something. It's just no resources to be able to do it.
It's embarrassing too, like how they went out of the FA Cup, Sheffield. I mean, that's not a team they should be losing to.
Yeah, I mean, they lost to a piss poor AC Milan squad. Like, and then, I'll be honest with you, those two Champions League ties were probably two of the most boring ties I've ever watched in my entire life.
Well, the second one, they didn't even care, man.
Yeah.
Like, Tottenham didn't care. They didn't look like a team that was down a goal.
Yeah. So, is it the players at this point? Are they just content with not winning things? Is there no drive, no passion?
And I was going to ask you that. Do you think maybe bringing a coach in that maybe has some tie to Tottenham, like was a former player, someone who really cared about the club, could?
Who are you going to get? Jermaine Genius, Ledley King. They are not coaches; they're pundits.
Robbie Keane.
Is he a manager yet?
I think he's at Ireland. Yeah, Irish national team.
Maybe. Do you get Pochettino back? I don't think that's a good idea, but it would make sense for some weird reason. He's unemployed.
I don't know, man. I think it starts at the top. I think you said it. As long as Daniel Levy's there, having his influence over the club, I think his influence seeps down to the coach, to the players, to the fans, and it's hostile. It almost seems like.
Yeah. I just feel bad for the coaches that go there because they want to do well. You can see that,
and they have moments
of brilliance. Yeah, a lot of moments of shock and awe.
Consistent. There's no consistency there.
So, what do you guys think? Let us know.
Yeah, I'd be curious to hear what you guys think.
Is there something else that we're not even talking about that we forgot or didn't mention? Let us know what's going on with Tom.
What is going on? Let us know in our Facebook group. Get in on the chats there. On our Instagram, TikTok, at Brews and Banter FC. YouTube, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. We want to see you guys on there. Let us know. Leave some comments. Check out our Redbubble. Get the merch. Help us keep doing this. We love doing this. It's fun for us. I get to sit here and chat football and have a drink with my best friend, so it's always fun.
All day, every day, my friend.
That's right.
Then, we love you guys.
Cheers.